Hey everybody, David Lomison here, host of the Penthouse Basements Podcast, here at AwesomeCon 2018, Washington, D.C. Convention Center. I'm here with special guest Erik Thor Sandberg, internationally known artist. How are you doing today, Erik?
I'm great.
All right, we're wandering around AwesomeCon. Anything have you seen so far, Erik, that has ignited a flame within you?
That I can say on broadcast? That would be appropriate? No. We're talking about my crotch, right?
Well, I guess we're talking about getting creative juices flowing. Those kinds of juices.
Again, you're saying the same thing.
Well, okay, so this is the fourth AwesomeCon, I think.
I think so, yeah. We've been to all of them?
We've been. I know I was at the first one. I don't know. We didn't go together. Did you go to the first one?
Yes, I did. I must have gone very, very alone.
Yes, I went alone also. I remember I got my picture taken with Phil Lamar. Because I would say of that first AwesomeCon, he was like by far the biggest star, I think, probably.
Sounds
maybe
right.
Ernie Hudson, but I would say I would say Phil Lamar.
That sounds right. But Ernie Hudson, come on. He had the Ecto 1 with him, too. I remember that.
He actually did, yeah. He travels with, I bet he bought it.
Oh, yeah.
Just so that he could have it.
He bought an old ambulance, painted it up. If you look really close, you can see his fingerprints all over it.
Right, yeah. Now, we're coming up to a giant porg. It looks very frightening. But the thing about the Ewok, they're like human-sized.
More That's good.
I don't know what to feel about that. Normally when you're on audio and you see something that you want to describe, you want to do that for the listening audience,
yes.
But I don't want to describe that for anyone.
That porg?
No.
The mostly deflated looking porg?
Well, it was a porg that was bigger than normal and an Ewok that was bigger than normal.
Oh, yeah. Extra large.
They got into some radioactive feed or something, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got more tumbler glasses over here. You want to?
Ooh, there's a Thor one. I gotta look at it.
He's going to look at a Thor glass. His middle name is Thor.
Literally.
Is it dishwasher safe?
No. See, these stickers always say hand wash only.
Bullshit.
And I don't do that. That's manual labor.
Yeah. I mean, most of these aren't like.
No,
it's really basically just they took a blank glass and they slapped a sticker on it.
A vintage-looking sticker. So I keep thinking they're old.
Yeah. Will you be able to find a Thor glass that is dishwasher safe today?
I know they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them online for like $135.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So somebody might have them.
Maybe.
Ooh, do you want to check out the Lost in Space?
No.
Come
no,
on,
I don't.
we get to see it 12 days before anyone else.
Why again? And I ask this: why choose Lost in Space? Like they're really like draining from the bottom of the barrel. I think
Because there aren't original ideas.
Yeah. We're in the celebrity area, so Erik.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Celebrity over here on this list that you're most looking forward to seeing?
Renee Auberjonois.
Oh, because you want to ask him questions about Benson.
Absolutely, yes. Come on. That's where I was going with it.
How was
yeah,
it like
beat me
working
to
with
it.
Robert Guillaume?
The recently deceased, God rest his soul. Yes.
Now, Michael Dorn.
Michael Dorn, I want to ask him how it was being the voice of Calabac on the Justice League cartoon. Mm-hmm. And Superman.
Guy that played, is that the guy from Smallville, Lex Luthor?
Lex Luthor, and he's the voice of the Flash on the Justice League cartoon.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Sad that I know all these things.
So.
And Renee Auberjonois did Desaad's voice on Justice League cartoon.
Really?
You didn't think I knew that, did you?
Who hasn't done a voice on Justice League?
Tom Welling. But he's here. John Boyega hasn't. He's here also.
He's done voices. Like, didn't he play Superman or something on a cartoon? Like also in addition to Smallville?
Tom Welling? I don't think so, because I think he kind of never wanted to actually be Superman. He just wanted to be that jerk that had all Superman's powers, but except flight until the last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. He never embraced it.
Well, he needs to embrace it, or we won't embrace him. Anybody else? Troy Baker, famous video game voice actor artist.
Oh, is he? I didn't know who that was.
I think he's done voices for like Borderlands and Mass Effect and every popular video game that you can think of. He's probably done a voice in it.
Now I need to know what he's done on Borderlands.
Yeah.
Carol Barrowman? I don't know who that is.
Probably somebody from Doctor Who. If you don't know who it is, it's just somebody from Doctor Who.
It's probably true. They're doing team-ups.
What sort of team-ups?
You can get Lex Luthor and Superman from Smallville.
How would they be able to coexist together?
It's in 6 minutes. There's one.
You would just see them fight, maybe.
They're probably really nice to each other. They're announcing it right now.
Yeah.
Who's J. August Richards?
I don't know. Wrong month for him to come, though.
He's not on the board.
No. He's off the board. They're going off the board here.
They're off the board. There's a really tall Chewbacca.
Do you think that is an officially sanctioned Chewbacca costume?
It looks pretty good. I mean, he's grayer than the Chewbacca in Force Awakens or Last Jedi.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Unfortunately, you can't see it, listeners, but yeah.
But he's going up to the current day Chewbacca, Swedish guy or whatever he is.
Jorgen Florgen, or what's his name?
That's all right now.
So, I guess we'll go over who we saw that... I mean, we're not waiting in line. No, that's ridiculous. Batista's here, Dave Batista, wrestling champion, and Drax. And I think he's from D.C. What's your opinion of Dave Batista?
I think he's pretty awesome. I think he's really funny in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Apparently he's like a real nice dude.
Seems like a nice dude.
I mean, we're not going to go over to him, but...
I wish him nothing but success.
Yeah,
it seems like all your wrestlers turned actors. It's actually working out pretty well. I think they have a good work ethic and good personalities for the most part, it seems. Except, after a certain period of time. I mean, Hulk Hogan...
I mean, and a lot of people don't I mean, I guess maybe they do realize it, but like, there's a lot of wrestling lot of acting in wrestling.
It's all fake.
Yeah, definitely. Play wrestling, play
fighting.
Go
the other route and go, what are you talking about?
It's still real to me, damn it. Who else is here? Michael Rooker. Now, you said you have a connection with him. He was on the AU campus.
He was at AU on Friday, and I had
American University.
A very excited student come in.
Very excited.
I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. He's like, no, you should have seen it, sir. And I'm like, yeah, I bet it was pretty cool. Was he doing something? Was he whistling and arrows were flying around? No.
I think
I don't know what he got excited.
The craziest thing is that you make your students call you sir.
No, I don't. This one just calls me sir.
It's interesting.
And he calls my teaching assistant professor, which always confuses me because I turn around when he says professor and I'm like, what? But he calls me sir. So it's kind of weird.
Is your assistant an accredited professor? Is that legal? Is he allowed to say that?
He is just a teaching assistant.
You should say something to somebody.
My teaching assistant is half a foot taller than me, French, and very good looking, so I understand why they like him more. I'm like Danny DeVito next to him.
Hey, kids, how you doing? Don't listen to me. Listen to him.
I know that was more of a Columbo than a Danny DeVito.
That's fine. It's just a few more questions.
just one more question.
Castle Meets World here. And they each have their own, the male cast.
The male cast. The only important half.
They didn't have Topanga money.
That's a lot of money. She doesn't leave the house for less than $20,000, I think.
Oh, and also the teacher guy who did the voice of Knight Rider. What's his name? Do you know his name?
What?
The guy with the mustache, the old guy. He was
voice
of Kit.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead?
He's dead? What are you talking about? He's not here.
He's dead. No, he's here.
I don't know what you're...
He's here. in spirit. He's here.
Is that what that black box is over there? That's shrouded with flowers.
You can't see it, but the Boy Meets World cast, they have a coffin over there with a picture of, God, I can't remember his name.
There are a lot of average-looking people crying around it. I think they're in costume from Boy Meets World.
Yeah. I mean, each individual member of the Boy Meets World cast that's here has a connection. So, Will Friedle, he's the voice of...
Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond.
Yes, and Ben Savage is Fred Savage's brother.
And that's all you need.
That's right.
That's all you need.
And star of Cabin Fever, one of my personal favorite movies.
I've never seen Cabin Fever.
You need to see Cabin Fever.
If you say so.
Everything you've heard, like, it is a majorly amazing deconstruction of 90s, like, crappy horror movies.
I mean, everything I've heard is actually amounts to just what you've told me now.
Yeah.
That's everything I've heard about Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take your word for it.
It's really good. Cabin Fever is so good.
I'm gonna go buy that off of the iTunes.
You should.
When I get home.
You definitely should.
I will.
Who else is here that we saw? Oh, Amell.
We have Black Lightning and Green Arrow.
Yes, Steve Amell. Now, he is the guy that clearly the most people are in line to see Green Arrow. Yes. Why do you think that is?
The IQ, I think the average intelligent quotient of people in the United States has gone down drastically.
Don't insult our fan base.
Oh, don't insult.
Don't insult anyone. If I was into that show, I would probably want to go see it.
Well, yeah, if you'd suffered some head trauma and got into that show.
You used to watch that show.
I did, and I realized at some point, well, what am I doing? Where am I? Why am I watching this? I don't know. I think it's that weird, I don't even know what you call it, that pull-up bar thing that he does the ladder thing
the
with.
salmon ladder.
Is that what it's called?
I think
yes.
it is.
My body's not made for that, so I don't
At least that's what they called it on American Ninja Warrior.
Yes,
or the Japanese version also.
Right. Yeah. I think because he can do that, or did that in the first season, people like that.
Well, he also... he is a huge wrestling fan. I think he was. He wrestled in the last WrestleMania. I want to say.
I think again, people not so smart. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Come on, I love Bautista.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Look at him with his Kanga cap, being all friendly.
There? Should we say
We'd have to pay money.
Would we really?
Oh yeah, they'd charge us money.
This interview's over. Okay, we've finished at AwesomeCon. We walked around, we bought stuff. What are your parting thoughts?
Next year we have to dress up. That's my main concern. I mean, I feel left out.
Every year we dress up, or we say we're going to dress up.
We say
it. And I was actually gonna this year.
Oh, were you?
I have the costume already.
Oh,
yes.
I thought somebody said because they're an ace reporter now. I'm not. We can't dress up for that. And I was like, all right, fine.
Well, now that I know that
I got the whole D-Man costume ready to go.
All right, next year we're doing it. We are doing it.
We'll say it now because your readers and followers, I know they're not reading.
No, they're not.
They probably read occasionally.
Maybe, yeah.
Signs or something.
What? Any memorable costumes that you saw?
Nothing that made me laugh out loud. I mean, I like the little Thor girl. That was kind of funny.
She had a drawn-on beard. That was really funny.
I wish I had taken a picture of her, but I didn't want to seem like a creepy, 40-something-year-old man taking a picture of an 11-year-old.
Want to get a picture? Yeah. There was a really good Deadpool.
There was a really good Deadpool, and he stood out because then another Deadpool came up and he looked horrible.
Yeah.
He looked like a deflated Deadpool with a bad costume.
Now, one thing that we always like to look for at these conventions, whenever anybody tries to dress as Wolverine, it's always crappy.
I didn't see one Wolverine.
I didn't
not
either.
One Wolverine.
Did not see
it's
one.
Disappointing because it's always entertaining if they can do the sideburns in the hair.
Yeah.
which I've seen a couple times. Somebody really tried to pull that off.
But the claws, they never look.
Oh no,
they never look right.
Well, probably for a good reason though.
Yeah,
it's a nice Star Trek family walking by right now.
Oh yeah, Admiral Kirk.
Wrath of Two era Star Trek.
Yeah, and it looks like the mom pushing the stroller is from original series.
TOS.
Yeah. Yeah, really impressed with the costumes this year. Like, people really seem to bring it. Like, past years, everybody looks dumpy.
Yeah, I feel like people did a good job, but there was nothing that blew me away. I mean, you get enough of the Boba Fett, Mandalorian armor, you get your occasional Stormtrooper. The quality's good because you can just buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, these people obviously have some money. So.
Well, and then there's also the conundrum of the uncontrollable aspects of a costume. So we were talking earlier, the Boba Fett costume that the person was wearing looked really great, looked almost movie quality. They were so short, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, when I'm like 6 inches taller than Boba Fett, it's really not that imposing.
So what do? Do you just like roll with it like, hey, I'm short, I don't care, I want to dress as my favorite character?
You just go with it. I mean, how many... all right, Deadpool and probably Harley are the two most popular costumes.
Oh, yeah.
And
by
there's
far.
Every body type of Harley in every type of Harley costume, from the really skimpy to the covering every square inch.
The Jester, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, just wear it.
Yeah.
There are people falling out of their outfits, but whatever, just do it.
I mean, I mentioned this earlier, but I saw like a really nice like Justice League Aquaman costume, and he
like from the movie.
From the movie, yeah.
He was a thicker fella.
Yeah, he was like me, and I mean, what are you gonna do?
But he wore it well.
He did.
He looked tired though. Last time I saw him, he looked very, very tired. He looked out of breath.
Yeah. The celebrities, like we never want to wait in line for that stuff.
No.
And there's normally, like, is there someone that if they came here, you would wait in line for? Anybody?
No, I wouldn't. Because I just... Maybe like Joel Hodgson or something.
Yeah.
But see, I don't count him as like celebrity, even though he is. It's just like there's certain people, like, if they seem like more approachable human being, I'd want to see them before a big superstar of any kind.
And he's like a Midwest guy, so he's probably...
Yeah. But you know what? He could be a real jerk if you
probably,
met him.
Yeah.
Who knows? You never know.
He wants a bowl full of just green M&Ms. He seems like that type of guy.
And just throw them at you if they're not green.
And this is not a knock on the celebrities.
Oh, this
like,
is actually a pretty good mix.
They seem to have, like, consistently, like every year, they've gotten more bigger celebrities.
They were going to have more people They were going to have, what's her name, that plays Nebula in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, she canceled.
And Mantis. They were going to have those two ladies, but they didn't show up.
Do you think the rumor was they were reshooting?
Might have been, yeah.
Scenes.
That makes sense. Nebula's supposed to have a role with the Infinity War thing.
Yeah.
Probably killing Thanos.
I would say, like...
in the comic book.
Right. That's not a spoiler. It happens in the comic.
I don't think she kills him. She just beats him up.
Well, having Finn, I mean, he's huge.
Yeah,
like, I mean...
I don't like him that much. I actually had high hopes for him in The Force Awakens. And then in the second movie, I just did not like his character at all.
Well, that's a whole other... I haven't had an episode of our show since... that we could talk about spoilers since Last Jedi. So, I mean, we can do that now if you want to. Sure. I paid to see that movie 3 times.
3?
Yes.
Oh.
I saw it once with you, once with some other friends, with Amy, and once...
You have other friends?
I do have other friends.
You hang out with them without me?
Here we are in a dirty corner.
That's right, smoker's corner. This is the treatment I get. You go see movies with... whatever.
Yeah, so there was some prequel level CGI in it.
There's some mediocre stuff in it.
Yeah.
There's logic defying things. Everybody's talked about it, but I just feel like all in all, I could have overlooked a lot of the stuff the minor nitpicky stuff, but it was just a goofy story. I hate when space is always this linear, everybody's facing the same direction kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
Space doesn't work. Space is anything. There's no gravity. There's no
you
up
can
or
move
down.
up.
There's no up or down. Like, oh, when we have to attack a planet, we can only land over here. Like Empire Strikes Back, if you look at it. Okay, why did I know there's a shield generator? You don't have to tell me.
Yeah.
But like, why couldn't they have landed walkers all around to that base instead of just one side and approach from one direction?
Yeah.
I get that it helps us understand what's going on, but
nobody was really thinking about that back then.
it just bugs me. But they did it with this too, with Last Jedi. It's like, oh, we're gonna go in a straight line away from the Empire at really slow speeds. Why?
Snoke getting jobbed out. It's unfortunate because they sort of set up a nice mystery with him.
You know, I don't even mind the whole. There's nobody important. Rey's parents aren't anybody. It's just,
which I'm
fine.
fine with.
I'm fine with that, and like that makes sense to keep it going with Snoke too. It's like, well, why does he have to be anybody that we care about?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need to be Darth Plagueis or Plagueis or whatever. Like, no, it's fine. But yeah, after so many, like, I get tired of all the deaths of characters we want to have something happen.
Yeah.
Well,
Phasma. High hopes for Phasma. She's
done.
that
was the other one I was going to bring up. Okay, everybody complains about Phasma, but it's like, well, is she any worse than Boba Fett was?
Not really.
I mean, Boba Fett, we put all of our hopes and dreams on him, and people still dress up like him, and he dies in the lamest way possible.
Yeah.
Or is ended, at least in the original trilogy.
He flew out after everyone left.
Sure.
He flew out.
No, he climbed out in the comics. But, like, yeah, he was kind of lame. Second movie, he had one minor cool thing, hiding and tracking down the Millennium Falcon. That was pretty much it. And it's like, you know.
And, you know, I think the criticism is, like, one of the things that people are saying about Last Jedi is that, you know, they're doing new and exciting things. Like, they're taking Star Wars in different directions. But, you know, they're really not. They did strange things in that movie, but at the end of the day, it's evil dark Jedi, head of large empire, versus scrappy rebellion with good Jedi learning the Force and, you know, roguish rebel pilot.
I actually think they need George Lucas to come back and to explain the politics of this universe again.
We need more talking around conference tables again.
Because the First Order was almost like an evil group, small evil faction kind of thing. They weren't in charge of the galaxy,
yeah,
right? They're not, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the Resistance instead of the Rebels now, but they're on the side of the people that got blown up on Coruscant. So why are they a resistance? Why aren't they just an army?
They should be the government.
Yeah, they should just be the government. I think we need George Lucas to show us some more
Would
Senate
anyone
hearings.
ever see? No one wants to hear that though. He's done. He's been like ostracized.
I think I need political talk. I need somebody to lay out the structure of the government.
Boring talking scenes.
That would make it better for me because I don't understand what's going on now.
But he presented his ideas though, didn't he? And they were just like, "Screw you! We don't want any of these ideas. You're terrible."
I agree with everybody that told him no, but sadly, he took too much time to explain the universe in the first movie, in the prequels. In these new movies, they're not taking enough time. So
yeah,
it's just a little bit more time.
Like, just give me, like, you know what would have been awesome if either Rey had joined Kylo or Kylo had joined Rey.
That would have been an interesting ending, yes, to the movie. Instead of, hey, we're just right back where we started.
Basically, except no Snoke.
No Snoke, no Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody that single syllable name that ends with K.
Yeah, so I don't know. Are you excited for episode 9 at all?
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't care. I obviously will go see it, but I like J.J. Abrams.
He's back.
He's back.
They're like, we need you to come back.
But I don't know that he definitely is going to offer something, you know, that's bulletproof. I think he could screw it up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people had a problem with The Force Awakens. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, that, like, and people have said this before, but for the first movie after the prequels, like, you want to play it safe. Mm-hmm. And they did.
Yeah.
It's better than the prequels. That's all you wanted.
But, I mean, I know that everybody always talks about your second sequel in a series. They always compare it to The Empire Strikes Back because that's one of our best sequels ever to a movie that was already successful. And people always kind of miss the mark because it's like, oh, we just think we need more explosions than we had in the first one. No. Yeah. Empire Strikes Back, if you actually look at it, it was much more subtle. There was much less... Yes, you have asteroid belt stuff, you have a giant... But you had more world building in Empire Strikes Back. I don't want to see another Last Jedi I don't need that casino planet. I don't need dumb CGI.
Most of
horse animal things.
Most of Empire takes place between a man and a puppet. Yeah. And that's it.
That's half the movie. There's another arm cut off. Did we get an arm cut off in Last Jedi? I don't remember now.
Well, we got a torso cut in half.
Yeah, you got that. And I think his hand came off.
Yeah.
Too, because it was on the... Yeah. I don't think that counts. Not thick enough for me.
Just, I don't know. Solo coming, not interested. Like, I will see that. I will probably see Solo, but...
I'm just concerned from what everybody's been saying about Alden Ehrenreich. What is his name? No, it's not Alden Ehrenreich. That's the... Whatever the guy's name that's playing Han Solo.
The son of Roland Emmerich. No, I don't remember his name either. That's the thing. Guy. No one knows him.
I saw him in Hail Caesar, and he was pretty funny and good in that. But I feel like those reports of him needing an acting coach, that concerns me. But I'm like, is the acting coach just trying to get him to seem more like Harrison Ford? And then in that case, I'm like, oh, I can understand why they did that, but I also don't need that.
Well. Also, how bad is he if that's the case? Like, it's not like these Star Wars movies have ever been, like, the pinnacle of Oscar-worthy performances. No. So, like, he's either really bad or it's like you said, they just wanted him to be more like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I hope it's just that they wanted him to be more like that and not that he's a bad actor. I don't think that's going to be the case.
Yeah.
But then I don't really want somebody just doing a stupid impersonation. That seems dumb.
Yeah, they should have just used Harrison Ford's voice and CG'd.
Yeah.
CG. That would have worked better.
Just CG his mouth onto with Roland Emmerich.
Yeah, that's what they should have done.
2012. and now people are trying to petition to get Meryl Streep to play Carrie Fisher.
Okay, so I saw that on Facebook, and I was like, fake news, because it's just a petition. Yeah. But, like, MovieWeb picked that story up, and it's like, is this real or what?
I'm sure it's real. Mm-hmm. There's a part of it, like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not just get a new actress? It happens. People die.
Yeah.
I don't think she was stellar in The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi, Carrie Fisher. No offense. I know that's sacrilege, but I don't think she was that awesome.
They're old.
And all that coke damage to her nose. I mean, it sounded like she was talking like this all the time, and I just...
Yeah, well, she'd still be alive if it wasn't for the drugs.
The drugs,
she probably stopped.
I get it, but
long-term damage.
You know what? She had the money probably at one point to get off, to go into rehab and get off the drugs.
Go to that methadone clinic. The clinic.
I'm telling you. Yeah, she had that dog to live for. She shouldn't have been doing drugs.
Yeah, I know. That was a cool dog.
I don't know about that, but she had a dog to live for. And what do you call it? A daughter?
Yeah, another reason to live.
What is that?
I think it's a Tron man. Yeah, Tron man. One of the things I saw as you were talking, it was a Joker, but he had a Stormtrooper helmet on, and it had, like, "Why So Serious" written on the Stormtrooper helmet. Some of the mashups are funny and creative, but some of them are just like, well, I want to dress up like Joker, but I don't feel like painting my face.
Well, I mean, we saw the gender swapped Wonder Man, I guess, instead of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But it was like just a cowboy with a red shirt and blue jeans and stars on the blue jeans.
But he had the striped red and white boots, though. Like, he had the correct boots.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Big golden lasso. I didn't even notice him until you pointed it out. I'm like, oh, yeah, Wonder Man.
He's like, no, he's just dressing like Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pop culture enough. Garth Brooks.
That would have been fun.
AwesomeCon 2018. Yay? Nay? I give it a yay.
since we didn't have to pay to get in,
Yes.
I say yay.
Thank you to AwesomeCon for the press passes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much. I got a really nice Mystery Science Theater T-shirt. What shirts did you get?
Oh, it's always Thor. But I actually got a Ghost Rider, even though I'm not a Ghost Rider fan. I like the design on it.
Yeah, old, like 90s or?
Earlier than that, I think. Maybe like an 80s Ghost Rider kind of thing. Could be 70s, I don't know. I'm not an aficionado of Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
It just looked like vintage. I liked it.
Cool. This has been Penthouse Basements Podcast on location. I've been here with...
Me? Oh, Eric.
Do you have to plug anything? You want to plug your art or anything?
Nope.
Okay. This is your fearless host, David Lomison. Thanks for listening, and sayonara. Podcast.